Welcome, my Leos, to your 2023 year ahead reading. I'm Christine, and if this is your first time here, welcome to my channel and to this community. And if you are returning, it's really great to have you back. Thank you all for being here as I shuffle this deck. Quick review, and I just want to let you know what this reading will look like. Always practice discernment and use your intuition no matter what reading that you are consulting. You can follow any placement that you feel guided to look at for the sign of Leo, whether it's your sun, moon, rising, Mercury, Venus, Mars, or North Node, or any other placement. Know that energies are fluid and people have free will. Finally, the way that this reading will happen is we will be looking at a 13 card spread for the new year ahead, and this is a spread by the Tarot Lady. So I wanted to make sure I gave credit to the Tarot Lady, because it's not my spread, and it's called the New Year Forecast Spread. So without further ado, let's take a look and dive into what's coming up for you all in 2023. So let's take a look and see what a summary of 2022 was. Wow, we got 8 of Swords. This is water energy. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Okay. Oh, crap. This is sword energy. I just said cup energy. Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. I'm not sure why. I thought this was 8 of Cups. Okay, we will see. Maybe those signs have meaning, or we will get more information as we continue the reading. I feel like 2022 was the year of truth, a year of, I heard exposure, a year of everything that you did not want to see, things that you may have repressed, things that you may have been trying not to look at, especially within yourself, and the role that you have played in other situations, dynamics, perhaps relationships in your life. It's essentially like a review of life lessons. I feel like 2022 was a lot of reflection for you all, thinking, re-examination, but also coming to light, because here with the 8 of Swords, this is about it's about looking at things for how they really are. And I feel like some of you may have been evading it, or have been repressing it, or avoiding it. There's an avoidance energy here of not looking at the truth of not just situations you were involved with and in general, you know, environments and people, but also the way you behaved, your role in situations. And again, this isn't to cause judgment. It's not to make you feel bad. It's simply for awareness and to really ask, because the most important question here is, what lesson or lessons did you learn in these different dynamics? Usually situations with people. What did you learn and take away, and how did that help you grow? In what ways did you grow? Because if you can't think of anything, or there may be, you know, a one-directional type of energy where you may still be resenting or blaming others, you may not be looking at, you know, the complete picture. There may still be some illumination or clarity that has to happen. And so I feel like in 2022, and again, I say this in different tenses because energies are fluid and timelines as well. But I feel like in general, most of the Leos that I'm tapping into, there was a lot of self-reflection, a lot of time, a lot of thinking. Many of you were in your head. Some of you may have major air placements, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, in your chart. But I feel like it was almost like you took the wool out of your eyes. What's that saying? The wool? There's a saying about wool. Take the wool out of your eyes or something like that. To the effect of, you know, no more hiding. I feel like a lot of truths came out, a lot of realizations, especially towards self, about you. A lot about getting honest, being aware, acceptance. There's a sense of like truth. This also brought balance. For many of you, not all, but some of you, this could have led to a lot of time where you wanted to introspect, perhaps hermit, like rest, to kind of review, take a look and examine. I feel like 2022 was, perhaps there's healing elements for some of you, reflections, almost like a point in your life where you may have been assessing. I don't feel like this is bad. Some of you may have gone through a lot of situations where you let them go, because 8 of Swords could mean it's almost to the point of releasing things, but it's still, this is a point of where you come to complete surrender, acknowledgement. You're like, okay, I'm taking the blindfolds off. I'm acknowledging what has happened. I'm not sugarcoating anything. I'm not romanticizing anything. I'm not pretending. This is like full truth. So I feel like 2022, there was a lot of truth, a lot of knowledge, a lot of clarity that came out. Okay, let's take a look and see what your career looks like for 2023. 7 of Wands. This is fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sag. So I feel like you're going to be putting in effort at work, because 7 of Wands means focused energy, taking time perhaps to build, to invest. Some of you may be working on building or expanding some part of your career, or if you're in a position, you may have gotten promoted and you have more responsibilities, because 7 of Wands could indicate it's shifting that responsibility and using it, but it means you also have more. So there's a shift in that responsibility. So you may have taken on more because of a promotion, or simply because your roles and what you're doing has expanded. But I also feel here some of you are cementing and creating new things from the ground. So there's almost like when you start something new, there may be a little bit more energy and time that needs to be invested, right? The initial investment is higher. Some of you, again, I got promotions. Some of you are going to be working on or creating your own like freelance consulting business or enterprise. And so you are working on that foundation and building and putting in a lot more effort and time, because I'm getting like a singular focus here, and we have the sun behind here. So there's a lot of focus and energy here on your career. Some of you this may be a priority for you in 2023. And you're determined to grow, to expand, maybe to accelerate or to ascend. To essentially, you want to grow within the company or organization, or you want to grow something yourself. Because we see creation here, but this is the building blocks, right? The start. So this could be the start or a pivot in your career that's happening. It simply means you're going to be putting in a lot of energy, but you're going to see the fruit of that labor. Okay. What's in store for my Leos, please, for their finances in 2023? 7 of Cups. This is water energy. Virgo. Water. Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. I'm like saying the wrong signs today. I'll just say Mercury retrograde, which is coming up in 2 days. I don't know why I said Virgo. Some of you may have Virgo in your chart, or it may be prominent or important for you. Some of you may be just thinkers, very analytical. But 7 of Cups speaks to a lot of choices. So again, some of you, is that a bull? There's, I think, a griffin. You can't really see it on the lamp. There's like an animal. So for me, 7 of Cups speaks to an abundance of different opportunities. I feel like some of you are going to be expanding your income streams. So some of you, again, you may want to, with your career, you may be consulting, freelancing, working in contracting. What is it? Like on a contractual basis. Some of you, apart from a main job, or even using that as your main job, working different types of jobs that bring in different income streams. Some of you are simply expanding or investing. There's an expansion of different, you're investing, how do I say this? There's a lot of different financial stream income opportunities that are popping up for you all in 2023. Some of you may decide to like start a podcast or start something creative, because you all rule 5th house energy, right? With creative projects. So that could lend support, and also why some of you are working on building that out, because in the future you may see compensation for that. Wow, I don't normally get this. I got shared resources. Some of you, through your partners, you're increasing your income, and also through other people. But there's going to be a lot of options in 2023 for increases in your finances. And I feel like a lot of this is tied to, you're going to intuitively know. So use your intuition, because that's going to guide you. I feel like it has to connect to you or be very meaningful, especially with all the water here. I feel like that's going to be super important. Be careful of it's easy to say yes, especially when money is involved. You're like, yes, 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 I got this, we'll do this. But remember, if it's in exchange for some type of energy, right, or work involved, where they're like, okay, you create a course and we'll pay you, you talk at this event and we'll pay you. Consider the time management, because again, with the 7 of Wands in your career, that's a lot of energy you're already expanding. Maybe it's in your main line of work, or where you receive your main source of income, or it could simply be in projects or your own business that you're building out. But here too, there's a lot of options with the 7 of Cups. So be careful of juggling too much, because sometimes there's a sense of being overwhelmed, but you just see dollar signs or whatever currency that you operate in. You just see those and you're like, wow. So work on prioritizing what's important for you, determine your values, and that'll allow you to be, I would say, choosy and picky with any, we'll just say projects, assignments, and work that will bring in extra money. I see a lot of financial abundance for you guys. It could be through your contacts, through your social network. Moving on, let's take a look at love for 2023. 8 of Coins. This is Pentacle energy. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Virgo is in my head. Some of you, maybe your partner or someone you're going to meet is a Virgo, or you have Virgo elements, a lot of Virgo elements. So 8 of Coins is growing, building, developing. I feel like for love interest immediately, right away, several things. For those that are in relationships, some of you are working to repair the relationship in 2023. You're giving it another go ahead, and you're like, I want to build this out and try to make things work, because this is working hard, but this person doesn't look exactly happy. And so you may be feeling, again, even though this is earth energy, there may be some type of residual tension, resentment, frustration, repressed emotions that need to be expressed. Because if you're putting in this investment in time and energy into rebuilding a relationship, you want to make sure that it's something that you want, that you're not just building it because the other person wants it, or you feel like you should be in a relationship. That's for a few of you. I think for those of you that are in relationships, you're really working on strengthening it, building it some more, lending greater commitment. You want to grow it. You want to see it go to the next level. So again, this is focusing more. Perhaps you're being more intentional with your relationships, especially your partner. You may be setting like date nights. You may be making more time to check in. There may be some level of growth and compromise happening. You may be, especially 8 of Coins, you know, the next we have is 9 of Coins, which is, you know, greater abundance and expansion. So some of you may be working to merge eventually, like moving in and essentially seeking higher levels of progress, of work in the relationship. You want to concretize it in a deeper way, and it's going to look super different for everyone, because for some it's going to be like, okay, we just made this official. This is my boyfriend, my girlfriend, or my partner, whatever it is. And that could be a big form of commitment for some. For others, they're like, yeah, we exchange house keys, we're done. For others, it's marriage. So again, there's here a need to refocus on the relationship. For those that are single, I feel like you're getting back into the dating scene. And some of you are learning what that means, what that looks like for you, and kind of diving back in and re-acclimatizing yourself. I hope I said that right. You're getting used to it. In other words, you're getting back into the market and exploring and looking to build something, because I feel like many of you want long-term commitment. You want to find a partner in which you share values. You want there to be a solid foundation. And this is like this. You're working towards something solid. So I don't sense anything negative. It requires work, but it shouldn't be, I personally feel like love shouldn't be a work. If you're trying so hard, something may be happening where there's like a miscommunication or an incongruency in values and compatibility. But overall, I see positive growth, because 8 speaks of abundance in numerology, of growth. So I feel like your relationship sector is going to grow. I got, hold on. Some of you may meet a partner. Are these geese? These are geese. geese are migratory animals. I just got travel in world in my head. Some of you are going to meet a partner, or your current relationship may be long distance, or your partner may be from another part of the world or geographic location, or you guys may be traveling a lot back and forth in 2023. But I feel like for those that are looking, you're going to meet someone that may be from a different culture, that may be migratory, seasonal. Perhaps they travel or they have a home where you're at, or in another location where you guys meet. There could be travel involved. Okay, let's pivot to family and friends. What is in store for my Leos with their family and friends? Knight of Wands, more fire, Aries, Leo, Sag. So this is passion. This is someone who's excited. This is, I would say, like adolescent energy. It's that type of energy that's excited, creative, very loving too, but it could be someone who burns out quickly because they put all their eggs in the basket and then they're like, oh crap. So I feel like some of you are really going to, I wanted to say, go all in with your family and friends. Perhaps this is an area of your life that you have neglected or not put a lot of attention in. And I feel like in 2023, you're going to put a lot more focus in your friend groups, those closest to you, and your family, because I feel like there's a recommitment here, an engagement. Many of you have realized that family is super important, because the Knight of Wands, again, there's a lot of passion here, a lot of drive, a lot of charisma, but there's a tendency to burn out. So be careful of overcommitting your time, your energy. I'm getting energetic boundaries are going to be important with some friends and family for you all, because you may want to perhaps please everyone or make everyone happy, and so you may lend your time, you may lend, commitments, and then you realize, wow, I'm out of steam. But overall, I feel a complete regeneration, a lot of joy, a lot of connection happening, a lot of happy and fun moments. I'm getting a lot of youthful energy, so you may be re-engaging with family and friends in different events like carnivals, fairs, game night, those types of events where you can have fun and enjoy yourself. It's really, it's like carefree. That's the energy that I'm feeling. Many of you are working on your inner child. It's like a reconnection. Some of you may be reconnecting to childhood friends as well. Let's take a look at your spirituality for 2023. Okay. What's in store for my Leos, please, for 2023 with their spirituality? Page of Coins. This is more Earth, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. We got Swords, Wands, Cups. You got every sign present so far in your reading. Page of Coins is an initial step, and I feel like in 2023, many of you are going to solidify a practice, maybe start something or become more consistent, because this is just the beginning. Some of you may be curious. I feel like many of you are working on grounding yourself, and that may be important given you're a Leo. And again, it'll depend if you have other placements. Your placements in general, the mix of them determine this, but with a lot of fire signs, there's a lot of energy happening. So there may be a need for connection to yourself, for rest, especially mental energy, and physical energy, your physical body. So I get with the Page of Coins, and we also get with these elk, moose, some type of horned animals. There is it's a balancing, it's a harmony within yourself. In terms of spirituality, because white animals signify spiritual growth, spiritual development, spiritual ascension. Some of you may experience another awakening. I'm assuming many of you that are tapped into this reading have experienced a spiritual awakening. For those that haven't, you may be experiencing, we'll just say, your first big one in 2023, but I feel like most of you have already, and you're going to experience subsequent spiritual growth that's going to be it's going to be really important. It's going to leave a long-lasting impact, because you're going to see things very differently. You got a lot of white animals here. We got a donkey here, perhaps a horse. We have birds, geese, and specifically, we got more horned animals. These look like goats. Could be a lamb. And then we have these horned creatures. So it may be important for some of you. I feel like you are going to ground yourself in your spirituality. In other words, really get comfortable with it. If this is something you haven't explored, I feel like you're going to build with it, build in it, and build it one by one, like one brick at a time. And you're going to develop consistency, which is going to be important. I wanted to say something about the animals, with the Page of Coins, because this is about investing in yourself. Some of you may feel a call to connect with something bigger. I'm getting like so tongue-tied here, you guys. I've experienced, perhaps we're getting closer because Mercury retrograde is 2 days away, but of all the signs, I've experienced the most like tongue-tiedness with you all, because I just filmed Aries and now I'm on to Leo. So there may be some truths, something you want to speak to yourself, to someone. There may be some communication that you're waiting to say. There's like, I don't know how to explain it. Sometimes I'm physically affected and I get like, I feel blockages, I feel nerves, I have trouble speaking. For some of you, your throat chakra needs to be balanced. There's a lot of repressed communication. I feel like you haven't completely expressed yourself. Again, it could be to yourself, to someone, or simply expressing your truth, your authenticity. This could be tied to your spirituality, since we are talking about it right now. But there's something I wanted to say. If it comes back, I will say it. Perhaps it wasn't meant to be said, but there's some type of balancing happening. You see the mountains and then these two animals. There's two. And we have the sun again in the back. Some of you are healing. 2022, some of you have been doing major healing. Into 2023, I feel like you'll reach a new level of your healing journey. Some of you have gone through a lot with these mountains in the back. I'm losing it. If it comes back, then I meant to relay it to you. There was something I wanted to tell you and it just completely left. Okay, we're gonna pivot now to the first quarter of 2023 and see what January, February, and March looks like for you guys. Okay. Got the Hermit card. This is Virgo energy. Perhaps this is why I've been saying Virgo nonstop. This is ruled by Mercury. And so for the first 3 months of 2023, some of you may be taking time out, introspecting, perhaps not really engaging in social interactions or putting yourself out there. Almost like, no, I'm going to kind of retreat. That's the best word. I should have said that. I'm going to retreat, preserve my energy, conserve it, focus on me, rest. This may be a recuperative time for you all. Again, into 2022, especially since we had the Eight of Swords, I feel like there were a lot of things that came to light, and it could have been a year of healing, a year of progress, a year of illumination, a year of a lot of transcending. I'm hearing transcending beliefs, mindsets, and structures. You got another white horned animal. Do you see that? We got animals, 3 sets of animals that are white here. Again, I feel like a huge spiritual connotation. And I know spiritual is present every single day in all of our lives, but sometimes some of us go through certain periods in our life which are extremely accelerated periods of spiritual growth. That's the best way I can explain it. And I feel like in 2023, you all, did Aries get this? Aries got this too, spiritual growth. They're stepping in, I feel, into their destiny. I feel like you all are really tapping in, because the Hermit is someone who taps into their own intuition, to their own light. Yeah, they have a lot of wisdom. They're masters of their minds too, right? Virgos are ruled, like Geminis, by Mercury. So they're masters of the intellect, of their mindset, of their space. Excellent communicators, very detail oriented and thinkers. But this is about connecting to your own inner light. And some of you may be taking time to actually clarify and get clear, like, what do I want? Some of you may be experiencing, because again, everyone's on different timelines. So this Eight of Swords, which is representing the summary for 2022, this may be something that you just realized towards the end of 2022 that may have come to light. Because this could be like an epiphany, and finally realizing the truth of your life, of your role in different situations, of certain habits, of certain people. And you may be wanting to reflect, and this is what it's representing for quarter 1. A lot of self-reflection, and this is, again, in the northern hemisphere, we're in winter, which coincides with that energy. that cyclical nature of retreating. Winter is all about resting, going within, doing shadow work, healing, finding that inner light and reconnecting to yourself. We just had the winter solstice a couple weeks ago. For those in the southern hemisphere too, you have summer. And so it's in the same vein. It's just, to me, it's just the weather, but they represent different energies of death and rebirth. So quarter one may be a little bit quiet. You may intentionally be withdrawing so that you can take time to rest. Some of you may have had a hectic season, because again, we didn't go into different areas of your life for 2022, but I'm picking up a lot of energy around work and other life commitments, especially with people. It could be family and relationships. Let's take a look at what 2023 has in store for quarter two. I should have said that the other way. Knight of Coins, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. Again, this is about getting strategic, putting your energy into building, creating, because with this Taurus, there's something about horns with you all. This is a cow or some type of horned bull. So horns to me represent taking back your power, and I'm intuiting here, taking back your power, empowering yourselves, and stepping into leadership of your own life, or in some type of, material, earthly way, in a position, like in a job, but literally taking back your power and reclaiming it. Also finding direction in life. Many of these animals, the deer, the elk, and what is this one called? A cow or a bull, they're feminine energies as well. And I know Leo is ruled by the sun, and that's masculine energy. That's our, persona, our ego, the personality. So some of you may, again, there's a focus on your spiritual. Some of you are coming into union with yourself or with someone, with your feminine. There's a feminine, masculine energy that I'm sensing here. This is very spiritual. You're learning to balance your masculine, your feminine energies. Because with the Hermit, this is also feminine energy. Learning to rest, introspect, gain clarity. So in quarter two, there's an emergence. I literally saw like a cow come out from like behind a theater curtain. There's an emergence here, and I feel like you're ready. You've recouped your energy. Taurus energy, but it could be Capricorn, Virgo. Earth energy in general is someone who builds slow and steady. They are not like Knight of Wands energy at all. Knight of Coins is someone who does slow and steady, who invests, takes their time, is very patient. So some of you, you may be wondering, okay, I'm investing and I'm doing the work that I'm doing in quarter two, but why am I not seeing results? It's because you may need to wait a little bit longer and have patience. You may see whatever it is that you're working on complete or come to fruition, or see the seeds pop up, grow a little bit later during the year. This is also about getting strategic and investing your time and energy. This could speak to sometimes I don't get this all the time. Like really managing your time management, and your priorities. So again, with the Hermit energy, some of you are clarifying what it is that's important for you and what you really want to do, like clarifying all of your life area decisions. And then in quarter two for 2023, you're going to start taking the steps, those inspired action steps towards making those dreams happen. A lot of earth energy, because Hermit is Virgo, Knight of Coins is more earth energy. Let's take a look for quarter three. I didn't tell you the months, guys, I'm sorry. Quarter one is January, February, March. Quarter two is April, May, June. Quarter three, July, August, September. We got the Wheel of Fortune. We got a 10 here. And this represents the fixed signs: Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, and Taurus. The Wheel of Fortune represents some type of cycle that has ended, a completion, lessons learned. It could be some type of karmic contract, whether it's with a relationship or a situation, some type of change that's coming in quarter three, July, August, September. Some of you may be considering relocating or moving, because sometimes this represents distance, but I feel like good opportunities are coming away, good blessings. especially if you can recall, because remember what I said earlier, maybe it was when we started your reading about making sure you learn the lessons. I feel like there's something here. I keep getting lessons for you guys, making sure that whenever you encounter something that causes an imbalance, maybe a trigger, there's something you're learning there, something that you're being taught, whether it's through another person or a situation. Because everyone we interact with, we're learning something. It's an exchange. And so the wheel also calls to us, okay, a cycle is ending. Did you learn your lesson? If you did, what was it? Because if you're like scratching your head and you're like, nope, I didn't learn anything, you know, I just dealt with an annoying friend and the friend, like, I called it quits. Or whatever the situation is, I'm giving an example. There's a lesson in that too. So again, this is also to be mindful of repeating any patterns or cycles that you don't want to keep repeating. So on the whole, for many of you, I feel like blessings are going to come. We have sun energy here. You could see a lot of light in the back. And you have that. I feel like a lot of blessings. There's fertility here. Cows and bulls represent fertility too. A lot of feminine energy here. So I feel like there's going to be opportunities that you're going to be receiving simply because you are taking time to invest in what it is that you want to pursue. You see this person has their arms wide open as if they're receiving from the universe. Some of you are working on cultivating that, learning your value and knowing how to receive. Because we have that again with all the earth energy, especially Taurus. This also speaks to second house concerns about your value, about your worth. Some of you may be learning how to differentiate your own worth and value and who you are outside of what you do and outside of who you are in relationships. I don't know why I felt the need to say that. Okay, let's take a look at your fourth quarter, October, November, December, the last 3 months of the year. Ooh, Aries got this. 5 of coins, more earth energy. You have a lot of earth energy, especially Taurus and Virgo. 5 of coins deals with, it could be financial insecurity. I did get this with Aries, but some of you may experience a job loss, but remember, every ending is a new beginning because the Wheel of Fortune can signify that. So again, in quarter 3, you may realize in some area of your life, there's a completion. 10 signifies completion. Something has ended in your life or will end around quarter 3. We'll just say in the Northern Hemisphere, it's around summertime, July, August, September, into fall. And you may experience a little bit of a transition point. It's not going to be for everyone, and it doesn't mean it's going to happen in this way either. This could also speak to, with the 5 of coins, reevaluating your priorities, because at this point, especially with the wheel, there's some type of change here that's coming, and all of these signs represented, again, Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Leo, your sign, you guys are fixed signs, so there's a resistance to change sometimes. And so there may be some type of change that's happening, but with the Wheel of Fortune, it's usually some blessing, especially if we have learned some type of lesson in that cycle, right? The universe is essentially rewarding you, gifting you, blessing you. That change may come in the form of, let's just say, for example, a job promotion or a new job or something different. So again, there may be some type of change here. There may be some type of, again, it could be economic insecurity for some, where you may go through a transition of a job loss, but I feel like you are going to recoup that and find the job quickly. But I also sense a reevaluation of priorities, because some of you, with the Wheel of Fortune energy, you may realize, I don't know if I want to go in that direction. I feel like I'm headed this way. So there may be some moments of revision, some moments of checking in with yourself. 5 signifies changes as well. And with the coin energy, which is Earth, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, this is talking about your foundation, your stability. It could talk about your career and also your money in general. But we'll just say it's general, your foundation. So some of you may, I also got struck out alone. I don't usually get it because I also intuitively read tarot, not just traditionally. So some of you may be deciding, you know what, I don't want to work for this company or organization that I am. I'm going out on my own. So again, there may be a level of ambivalence, of nerves, of anxiety, because you're like, oh shit. But this could also signify too, just like you started the year in hermit mode, you may be ending the year simply taking some time out for yourself. because I don't always get the energy of like, okay, this is a loss. You're going bankrupt. You're going to lose money. There's some type of insecurity within yourself, maybe imposter syndrome. I don't always get the messages with everyone like that. And for you, I'm not getting that. This Five of Coins could also speak of hoarding your money, maybe guarding it too much, almost to the point of like greed. So there may be an element here speaking to you at the last quarter, like, hey, the universe may be guiding you. Like, don't forget to celebrate, especially with all the blessings and opportunities that have come in the previous quarter. Don't just sock that money away. You know, take some time, honor it, celebrate yourself. Some of you may be really reimagining what your relationship to money looks like, because you got a lot of earth here, which deals, a lot of them deal with money. Taurus is ruled by Venus, which deals with our finances, which is the second house, right? Capricorn is the 10th house, which is ruled by Saturn. And that's about our career and discipline and boundaries. And you have a lot of this. So make sure that you celebrate yourself. Make sure that you don't end the year. You're like just socking away and saving. It's like saving the good stuff. Have you ever heard where people are like, you know what? Start living now. Don't save your good dishes, your china for special events. Don't save that pretty dress just for that one annual event to wear, or that nice tuxedo for that event that you go to every 5 years. Like, start wearing the things that you enjoy, that you feel good in, that make you feel sensual, luxurious, whatever it is you want to feel. Enjoy what you have. Some of you, okay, this is about value. I feel like for most of you, this is relating to your value. I get to the group of Leos I'm tapping into. Many of you are very successful. You easily bring in different forms of abundance, however you define it, especially monetarily. It could be with relationships, things that you enjoy doing. But I feel like when it comes to yourself, almost like pampering, some of you may hold back a little bit. So there's something to consider about your value, your worth, and self-love here. You don't have to keep yourself out in the cold. You can celebrate, and you deserve to be celebrated and honored as well. It's almost like I keep looking at this card. It's almost like a self-sacrificial energy. Be careful of martyrdom, of a victim, victimhood, playing victim. Because you see this person's feet are cold. You have a lot more power. I feel like I have to say this. Don't give your power away to situations or to people, especially if you were maltreated or you experienced something abusive, toxic, negative, horrible. You deserve, there's something about self-love here, about your value and your worth. You deserve more than you're giving yourself credit for. You know what? Hold on. Ow! Crap, sorry. I'm going to clarify this because I spent quite some time on this last card for your fourth quarter. Can we clarify the Five of Coins, please? What does the Five of Coins mean for my Leos? Oh, this is a big deck. What does the Five of Coins mean for my Leos, please? We got Eight of Cups. This was the start. This was you got Eight of Swords for 2022. This is Eight of Cups. Clarifying Five of Coins. I feel like there's some type of regret here. Some type of loss. It could be with a relationship. Some of you, not all of you, I feel like this is for a small chunk. Some of you may be potentially separating, divorcing from a partner, or depending on your circumstance, shared resources may be split. Because with the Eight of Cups, this is walking away. And here with the Five of Coins, Pentacles, Earth, there could be some type of financial hardship or insecurity. This speaks to your value as well with people. I feel for a lot of you, vast majority, this has to do with your belief system and mindset, especially towards self. So again, something to think about. These are just messages of awareness. Remember that. Okay, let's take a look to see what your biggest obstacle will be for this year ahead. Queen of Cups. This is definitely Cancer energy. It could also be Scorpio, Pisces. This is about self-love. We just spent this whole spiel with the Five of Cups here, and I mentioned that about your value and love. You don't have to put yourself out in the cold. You can treat yourself. It's almost like people that have made a lot of money and they're like, they just put in their bank account, or they treat it in a mechanical way and they don't enjoy life. And I get some of the energy here too. You deserve to splurge, to treat yourself, to celebrate yourself. Queen of Cups, this is your biggest obstacle you will face. This is about, again, loving yourself, honoring yourself, tapping into your emotions. Some of you are, how do I put it? Some of you may have an attachment of maybe fearful avoidant, dismissive avoidant, where you are disconnected from your emotions. You may have difficulty with intimacy, emotional vulnerability. And so in 2023, this is being highlighted. It's going to be really important to you because, again, there's a strong spiritual connotation here. Again, like everyone goes through spiritual upgrades, ascensions, and it's part of their life. But I feel for you, you guys are going through something big. It could be a major, I call them upgrades, like a computer, but a big upgrade. Something that's going to really shift your spiritual paradigm, but also your worldview here on earth in this lifetime that you're living. And I feel like it has a lot to do around your sense of love and value for yourself and how you treat yourself. Perhaps with others, with relationships, because we got Five of Coins and Eight of Cups, and the nodal points are going to transition from Taurus, Scorpio to Aries, Libra. Some of you may have Aries or Libra in your chart. There's going to be a huge focus on relationships around July until 2025. And here we see some painful experiences in relationships. So some of you, again, relationships may be coming to an end in the fourth quarter, or something may be ending. Some type of belief system or scarcity around love may be ending, where you realize, you know what, I deserve more. And again, your biggest obstacle is going to be always putting yourself first, honoring yourself, loving yourself, pouring into yourself, making sure your cup is filled and overflowed. Because you see, this queen, she's in the water, because those are bubbles around her. She's in the water, so that's how much love she has for herself. Her love is overflowing, and she makes sure that she honors herself. And I say she, this pronoun, regardless of sex or gender. It's just the energy that's being embodied here. So 2023, there's going to be a major focus on you not getting lost in what you do for your work, who you're with in terms of relationships or family, but honoring yourself and building yourself up, loving yourself, nurturing yourself, taking care of yourself, carving out practices. It's not about being selfish, because once you love yourself, you can extend that to others. It's very difficult to receive love when we don't know how to love ourselves either. There's a lot of healing energy. This is also going to allow you to connect to your intuition. I feel like for some of you, your gifts are going to amplify very strongly. They're going to open up. Some of you may have been blocked, especially in your heart chakra, and you guys rule the heart. Fifth house, Leos, you guys rule the heart chakra. So for many of you may have been dealing with a closed heart because of painful experiences in the past with relationships, with love. It could be family too. Any relationship, anyone that has impacted your heart. It doesn't have to be romantic. It could be platonic. Okay, we got that. So how can you tackle this obstacle? Nine of Wands. This is fire, Aries, Leo, Sag. Basically cut away anyone, anything, especially energies, people, places, things, belief systems that do not serve you or contribute to your highest good, to your well-being, to your sense of self-love. So you may come to recognize in 2023, you may have to be very discerning. Perhaps that's why we have a lot of spiritual connection here. Your intuition is going to be very important. You're going to have to be very discerning of people around you. And because not everyone is going to reciprocate, not everyone is going to show you or offer you the love that you want, that you seek, that you deserve. So you're going to have decisions where you're going to have to cut things away. Things are going to have to end. And this includes changing your belief system around this. Some of you, because of the way you've grown up, and the way you have done relationships in particular, you've accepted things that you were less deserving of, and it was simply because of the environment you grew up. So some of you may be learning this in 2023, how to honor and take care of yourself and what loving yourself really means. Virgo got this. Perhaps that's why I kept getting Virgo with you all. Some of you may have heavy Virgo placements. They're reading out of all the zodiacs. They were the only ones. I titled it something to the effect of falling in love with yourself. I feel like they're realigning to their purpose and their mission, but they are really going on a self-love journey in 2023. It's about connecting to self, and that is going to positively impact all of your relationships. Okay, let's get a final tarot card for the final overview for 2023. Nine of Swords. This is positive. Aries got this. Aries got rest too. Nine of Swords can indicate rest. Taking time out for yourself. This may be a major point, again, to your self-love, right? This is an obstacle. For some of you, you may have to learn how to rest, how to put up boundaries. Again, because Nine of Wands can signify boundaries as well, and Nine of Swords definitely signifies boundaries, but that could be more in relation to yourself. Some of you may violate your own boundaries where you don't follow through, or you may, how do you say, overcommit. So there's an overall theme in 2023. There's going to be a need for discernment, boundaries, and making sure that you take time to take care of yourself, especially in the form of rest. Some of you are thinkers. Some of you may have a lot of Mercury. I'll just say a Mercury planets like Gemini or Virgo in your chart, especially in your moon, maybe in your Mars or your Mercury placements. But there's heavy focus in your reading on Virgo. I'm getting Taurus, Virgo. And so some of you are already overthinkers. And so 2023 is going to allow you to really tap and drop down into your body so that you can feel instead of think, right? And that's a very different emotion. That's going to open up the way for this, I feel like, heart connection, vulnerability, getting comfortable with your emotions. Okay, let's take a look and see what other messages the universe has for you all. There's a heart opening happening for you. I feel like this spiritual growth that's happening, because remember, in which quarter did we get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In the first quarter, we got Hermit. Hermit is also, you know, Virgo, but it's going within, introspection. It could also signify rest. You're literally taking your wand, fire energy, with you. So I feel like the beginning of the year, some of you may already be feeling this. I feel like most of you are aware of what it is that you need to nurture yourself and how you're going to go about doing things differently in 2023. That in itself is going to shift your energy, because a lot of this too has to do with energy management. Many of you are overgivers. Some of you some of you have dealt with or are recovering people pleasers, codependents, especially in relationships. This Aries Libra transit, I feel the nodal transits are going to positively impact you, because I feel like many of you are going to go through getting like a car wash, a rejuvenation in your belief systems with others, not just romantic relationships, but platonic, family, friends, coworkers. And it's almost like a rejuvenation of how you see yourself and how you do relationships. What other messages does the universe have, please, for my Leos? Aries got this. Step out of your comfort zone, North Node. Some of you may be experiencing for many of you, I'm getting more of a mature energy here. Your second nodal return, perhaps subsequent. So you may be around your, 36, 37, 38. Some of you may be younger. Some of you may be getting messages from the universe to connect more to your North Node qualities. Some of you may have North Node in earth signs, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, or in a water sign. But it could be in any sign. This is where growth is going to happen when you step out of your comfort zone, because the North Node may be something most of us are uncomfortable doing when we enter in this lifetime. The South Node is something we've done in previous lives. And so in this lifetime, we're here to step into nurturing these qualities and growing, because that's where we're going to reach the most fulfillment in terms of our soul growth and development. It's very an emotional and spiritual development. That's why there could be a lot of spiritual reference here. Some of you are going through your nodal returns as well. There could be others too, but we have North Node here. Okay. Let's see what else is coming for you in 2023. What else does the universe want my Leos to know for 2023, please? Okay, you got one card. We got 19, which reduces to a 1. Pay it forward. Be the answer to someone else's prayer. Helping others can be the quickest way to help ourselves. This is so Virgo, 6th house energy, because Virgo is about service and volunteer work to others. Some of you have major Virgo placements. Maybe your North Node is in Virgo. I don't know why this has been resounding. So helping others, perhaps in what you've experienced, you can help others that have also experienced that as well. Because a lot of times the wounding that we have in this lifetime, you may also want to check out your Chiron in your natal chart. Check out the house and the sign that it's in. It could be in an earth sign. This could also help you in many ways heal. And she's wearing a lot of green, which speaks to the heart. I feel like 2023, many of you are going to be healing your heart as well. It's going to be a heart-opening activation for you through helping others. This is very spiritual, especially with the lotus. There's an expansion happening with your heart. You see the green here too with the 9 of Swords, the energy for the overall year in 2023. What other messages does the universe have, please, for my Leos? Okay. Ooh. Got 2 cards. Some of these decks are big. We got bear energy. Be sensitive to where you are at and reflect on where you would most need healing. You know, bears, they hibernate in the winter. They go inwards. This also reminds me of the constellation. What is it? Ursa Major? Is that the bear constellation? Ursa Minor? Ursa Major, I think. I forgot my constellations. It's been a while. Following your North Star, which is your North Node, your destiny. Some of you are getting ready to open up to your gifts, or you're being nudged. This is a sense of healing and empowerment because you're about to help others with the same. I feel like 2023, you're going to, your spiritual accelerated, I'm saying that wrong, your accelerated spiritual development and growth, I'll just say upgrade, is very much coinciding with this level of healing. I feel like you're going to go through an accelerated level of healing because you are going to be stepping into a role position, and the universe is preparing you to get ready to help others. We have feather. Be honest with yourself. I said that in the beginning of your reading in 2022. It was about honesty, truth. There is someone in your life where you haven't been upfront. Excuse me, I said someone. There is somewhere in your life where you haven't been upfront. You may be seeing feathers. So something in your life may require truth, honesty. You got a lot of reflective energy with the Hermit, with the Bear, 9 of Swords. There may be a time of introspection for you. Again, that's being alone with yourself. Some of you may have trouble being alone with yourself. because you do have some energy, especially with the 5 of Coins, 9 of Swords. There's some type of aloneness, and some of you may fear that. And that's where we reconnect to ourselves, right? When we're alone. Silence may do you good. That's where you're going to get clarity. There's too much noise around some of you. Literal, it could be like noise pollution, but just chaos. Clutter and noise up here that has to be cleaned. This is very synchronistic. Okay, let's take a look to see what other messages the universe has for my Leos. Oops. I just felt a bunch of cards. I don't know if they fell. Nope. Okay, let's go again. What other messages does the universe have for my Leos, please? Humor. I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. And we have a Buddha here. And we've got green here. You got a lot of green in your reading, which speaks to grounding. And it also speaks to the heart chakra. Some of you, the universe may be asking you in 2023 to find more laughter, more joy. This is also part of the 5th house energy. Some of you may have been so focused on doing, on responsibilities, on work, and not enough on celebrating, not enough on tapping into this part of who you are. Especially when we're healing and we're going through a lot of dense, heavy emotions and transmuting a lot, it can feel sometimes difficult to find moments of laughter, but it's like a form of levity. It takes that density away, right? It allows us to realize in the scheme of life, there's a duality too, you know, through healing, there's joy, and suffering, there's laughter and fun, and we go through those emotions, and it's okay to go through those emotions. Where you are, it's important to honor where you are, and not to, I almost get like condoning yourself. If you feel like you've just gone through something difficult and you want to laugh, and you're like, no, I shouldn't. How can my Leos best take care of themselves in 2023, please? How can my Leos best take care of themselves in 2023? Okay. We got 22. Energy work. I mentioned your energy management earlier. So some of you your chakras, which are the main energy centers, and we've got hundreds of chakras energy actually, but these are some of the main chakras. We have the crown, the third eye, the throat, the heart, solar plexus, our seat of power, sacral chakra, root chakra, the base of the spine. Some of you may want to consult a Reiki practitioner or some type of other energy healer, some that work with energies, with energy centers, with meridians. It could be a massage therapist, some type of therapy with the body, psychosomatic. But there's a need for balancing your energy. This could also take not just in the forms of chakra balancing or alignments here. It could also mean being discerning with boundaries, because boundaries are a form, we've got different boundaries, but boundaries are also a form of managing our energy. Especially, I feel like with many of you that are healing, especially when you're healing, it's important to have a lot of time alone to recoup. Because I sense many of you are going through in 2023, another up-leveling in your spiritual journey. And so you may need extra time. You need a lot of time when you're healing. And especially when we go through these big, I'll just say spiritual oomph, spiritual upgrades. Think about a computer. You know, the computer shuts down to go to sleep after an upgrade generally, unless you select restart. It's in that same vein. Some of you in 2023 are going to need a lot of time to integrate, to recoup, to rest, and just realize like, ooh, I went through an upgrade. I need time for my body to acclimate. So energy work is going to be important form of self-care in 2023. That speaks to boundaries as well. We are almost done, you all. I'm going to take a look at what messages your spirit animals have. Some of you may relate. Again, you got before horned animals, and you got bear. What other messages do spirit animals have for my Leos, please? Hold on, nothing came out. What other messages do these spirit animals have for my Leos? Okay, we'll go one more time. Any messages spirit animals have for my Leos, please? Okay, we got two. We got unicorn. Infinite possibilities. You are the sovereign of the seen and unseen worlds. The magic of love surrounds you. Beauty transforms you. Listen to the spirits of light. Abandon the darkness. Go beyond the ordinary and become the legendary. If you want to screenshot it. A lot of you are going to be stepping out into your light. Again, more white animals, more white creatures. I feel like in 2023, many of you are going to be up-leveling in your love, self-love in particular, which is going to emanate, reverberate outside in your reality. In other words, it's going to positively impact all areas of your life. When we love ourselves, it's almost like we honor who we are, and it's like a glow around us, and it just positively infects every other area of our life. I just feel like this is about honoring yourself. Many of you have left or have experienced very challenging situations in 2022 and prior. There's a transformation, I feel, within you, like a first house, but also I'm getting 8th and 12th house, a deep inner transformation happening in 2023 with you all. Butterflies also signify that. You got wolf. You know who got this too? Aries. So if you have major Aries placement, you may want to consult and look at the reading for Aries, because they're also going into something very spiritual too. Pathfinder. Release your past and start a new journey. You are a teacher and help others find their way. There will be challenges, but your soul is strong. Perseverance is your secret power. You have a love that endures. The magic of love surrounds you. There's a lot of focus on love. I feel like I'll just say it in short spurts. Strong spiritual growth, major accelerated healing, because you're being prepared so you can help others. You're stepping into a role here. This could be your mission. For some of you, your North Node, or part of your North Node if you've already experienced your nodal return, your second one, or even your third or fourth. I'm assuming third. You're learning how to love yourself so that you can show others how to do the same. I'm not saying you have to be like a love coach. No, it's whatever you are choosing to do. It's helping people come back to themselves. Many of you are identify as leaders, or just show others through your interactions. There's major heart healing happening in 2023, and it's going to be such a major release, such a catharsis for you all. A lot of emotions. I feel like by the end of 2023, you are going to know what it feels like to be emotionally expressive. Do you see all the water here in the unicorn? Can we get final affirmations, please, for my Leos for 2023? Okay, holy shit. Okay, I'll tell you. When I'm in a state of appreciation, I'm in vibrational alignment with my true love nature. I said holy shit because there's two cardinals. Cardinals signify love. again, I would take a look at Virgo's reading. You're on a similar path, a very accelerated spiritual journey is coming up ahead for you in 2023, where you are diving in, healing remnants, especially relating to your heart, past hurts, wounding, self-worth, learning to really love yourself. It's going to change everything around you. It's essentially, this is coming into union with yourself. I know some of you are like, what? That sounds boring. Actually, coming to the point where you can love yourself so much, you're going to attract more abundance than you realize. I feel like many of you are being prepared to step into a role of teacher. Some of you will be changing careers because you got the wheel. My Leos, comment down below. Let me know if any of this resonates, especially in 2022. Have you been experiencing this? Introduce yourselves too if you're new to the channel. I'd love to hear more about this. This is absolutely amazing. This is beautiful. It's a beautiful journey of coming back to yourself, but also realizing your value, who you are, holding space for yourself, because the bear energy holds space for yourself in healing. Some of you are healing your heart and you're going to open it. You're going to be cracked open. So you're going to be very emotionally open. And I feel like that's why you're going through this accelerated spiritual upgrade, if you will, because you're learning how to love yourself in 2023. You're learning how to take care of yourself, how to prioritize yourself. If this reading helped in any way, if you enjoy this, I would love it if you can give it a thumbs up, hit the like button, share it if you feel like others could benefit. If you so feel inclined, consider subscribing to this channel so you could stay in touch and get more readings similar to this, and also look at other readings about spirituality, energy healing, astrology, and so much more. I just want to thank you all for being here. If you made it this far, comment down below, put a heart, your favorite color heart, because that also has meaning. I'm wishing you a really peaceful end to 2022 and a beautiful start to 2023. I will see you soon, my Leos. Take care.